Hey, Johnny.
So what do you guys make of this experience? Bana maoni. Umelalaje, umemkaje?
Wazee ilikuwa poa. Kitanda. Darasa. Ni lazima leo.
Kibibi tu bila kubwa.
Nini? Akidimwe.
Kibibi.
Kitanda ni kubwa. Alafu nalala peke yako jo. Kila kitu ilikuwa sawa lakini kitanda moja. Ilikuwa poa. Joto ndio ingine kali sana. Mpaka inabidi unalala uchi. Ndio ni story first.
Sasa nitafanya nini na footage? Ndio mambo ya maana.
Nafaa 200.
Umetoa mingi.
Hauna pesa ndogo. Haya wewe nakudai 700.
Wewe mkora.
Unajua lazima nidai pesa zangu. Sasa twendeni.
Guys, we get a group photo right here.
Naanza kufeel my responsibility sasa sizini tena because I'm getting that money at the end of the day. Una forget ile kitu unafanya.
Nategemea ile vision uko nayo.
It's a person.
Mimi naangalia hizi platform as opportunities za kunifanya nibadilishe watu wangu nitaita Taveta where I work.
And we should speak on that.
Yeah, so hata niende wapi I still come to my people and we continue the struggle but in a better way because I'm bringing diverse ideas from where I'm interacting.
Hebu Chris niulize. Sasa siku ile itafika kwa ati unaweza kuresolve shida zote za Wataveta utafanya nini?
Hazita wajua shida.
Tuseme tu hypothetical. Shida zote za Wataveta umeweza kuresolve mwenyewe.
Basi inakuwa pale umefika inaitwaje ile kuna hiyo kitu watu hufika kama kina Mandela alifika inaitwa endo inapikwa in Maslow's law kuna say nitakuwa nimefika self actualization so when I retire and see what wanapata mashamba.
Kuna implication that uta retire from activism if such a thing ever is achieved?
No, if theoretically, because you've said to deny theoretically, nita retire, but of course land issues are not going to end.
My opinion yangu ni ati bado kuna self interest regardless of what level of activism unafanya.
I don't think
That is the point. That is the point actually. Okay, about the levels.
No.
You don't expect John to be an activist like whatever. Madare hapo Kosovo in the next 10 years.
No, wacha nikuulize.
Kuna hiyo growth.
Even
there is a growth. Progressive.
Wacha nikuulize. Wacha na self interest kwanza. Did Mandela achieve what he was fighting for?
Yeah, he did.
Equality for all, freedoms and democracy, economy,
It's only
democracy, land for all. Did he achieve? You don't achieve. That's why you are who tells you. Mimi nitakuwa kwa activism as long as I do.
Apparently, sahi tunawatia
You can
the lower class. Ile ya chini kabisa mashinani. But pia tunastahili to grow within like in the next 10 years we should be the kiamas. The activists.
So in short, unasema utakuwa disconnected from the grassroots.
No. Actually, there will be no disconnection. The only difference will...
Like if you
To the next level,
what is your goal? Because your goal should be beyond catering for your own needs as a human being. These basic needs. Unaona? Because at the end of the day, kama wewe unaangalia ati nataka nipate pesa ya kujenga nyumba, nipate chakula, basi ukishafika hiyo stage
utawacha.
Chris, hujanielewa. Chiki vile umesema hivyo, kuna hiyo interest unasema nataka ili lengo ni kwa nimejenga nyumba, nimeweza kufeed watu wangu nini. The same interest unasema ndio ina motivate. Kwa mfano wewe ushughuliki masuala za Wamasai, unashughulikia za Wataveta. Sababu ukiweza kuresolve Wataveta kubadilisha tenda Wamasai.
Ndio nakuuliza. Practically, do you think issues of land will end?
No, tunaongea hypothetical.
Without
it's very simple, Edwin. Muulize hivi. Mwambingu tuna expect by 2017 to contest.
Yes.
County representative. Do you know that the moving from the community now to the county rep? Hapo bado kuna disconnection. That is what we are talking about, the growth. That is basically what we are talking of, the growth.
John, you grow, I agree, but you don't end the struggle there. It's an opportunity to continue the
you
struggle.
take it
So,
That's why Orengo was there those days and Orengo is there now. Now we are going to make sure
is Orengo still an activist?
Sleepless night.
Maybe Orengo lost him.
Okay,
Orengo lost him.
I am a sort of
Let me say, are we activists? Are we activists? One last thing, Grace. Are we activists out of convenience? While we have our self-interest to feel
personally,
like
I'm an
ziko challenge
outside my own convenience, but at the end of the day, you have to because if you are basing your activism on these simple needs, at the end of the day, you don't have a vision for it.
What I would say,
for instance, Obama did kama ni self-interest, he became the president. So basically, he should have stopped fighting for what he used to fight.
do you think he'll continue fighting
He's
after
fighting.
he retires?
Ukiangalia sahi he's fighting.
Na
What sahi nani atamuita?
but I think tumeromanticize Obama. As Kenyans, we always want to say Obama.
For me, the most neoliberal schools within his studies ever. Like where he studied and what he agrees on is like the school of neoliberalism. This school of neoliberalism. That's Obama.
Let me tell you.
By the Tipape needed to say something.
The point is,
Tipape
he had a
needed to say
cause.
something.
Whether he was a capitalist, he is a capitalist or an imperialist or whatever, he had a cause. Yeah? And he's still fighting for that
And let me
cause.
ask, which cause is
That's
this?
the point
Which
I want
cause
to
is
bring
this?
The
in.
thing about Obama is that
Is
he's
still
better than
Orengo
Bush.
an activist?
Yes?
That was everything.
My own personal opinion, I don't think he is.
He's not.
Yeah,
He's
it's an
not.
opinion, but
Let me tell you something. You know the problem with we Kenyans is one. Mtu anatokaga kwa very genuinely unaanza kufanya activism with passion. But sasa hivi unaanza kuingia directly in the system. You already umekuwa co-opted na disconnect kabisa from the community itself. You're no longer an activist. Maybe you're an activist in your house.
Okay. Can I tell you something? I wanted to say
Yeah.
something.
I don't think it's a matter of blaming whether somebody has transformed me or not. I mean, they organized, within a period where they wanted to organize, and they achieved what they achieved.
Now you want to tell me that he has already achieved what he wanted to achieve?
Yeah, he became a minister.
But it's only personal achievements. Those were personal achievements.
It's only good for his CV, not necessarily for the movement.
But for me, the challenge is, how are we organizing now ourselves?
May I want to say something concerning about
Okay, you guys, this has been overdue. Kipape needs to say something. John, this guy needs to say something.
You know, the problem is that actually it's like nobody is understanding what is activism. Is it going to street?
Exactly.
Or is it that, do we have classes of activism? That's the main problem. So,
I'm a bourgeois
there must be different kind of activism. Another thing, now we are talking about AU. You know, the way AU used to be before we got independence, it's different. See, now Kina Kofi Annan is prominent people of what? And still we are saying they are activists.
Yeah.
The only best thing we can do is for us to be flexible. You see? Because even the way operation is, back then is different.
Exactly.
92, before we got multipartism, is different from now. So we cannot say because Orengo actually was fighting for multipartism, he was not an activist.
Yeah.
You see?
Or he's not.
Then, now we you know, the way of oppression, what I'm trying to say is that the way of oppression keep change. You know, they came and fought for constitution. And we say that is activism. So it will be changing. We have also to be flexible as the oppression demands.
John is having
Point number 2. No, John.
It's my airtime. It's my airtime.
No, it is not your
Eddie, the question is, as fellas at Fahamu 2013,
Yes.
we need to ask ourselves,
Yes.
in the first place, why are we in Fahamu?
Yes.
If at all we are not ready to disconnect ourselves from the community.
I am not going
It's
to
about
disconnect.
the
I can
growth, eh?
promise
It's about
you
the
that.
growth. Eh? So today
Faham can take away the fellowship. I am not going to.
Listen.
You're almost sounding religious about it.
Don't say
What
that
is
Fahamu
activism?
can take,
You know, what is
no, don't say that Fahamu can take the fellowship. When what is Fahamu offering? What they're offering is only that small amount of the bus.
I should never discuss.
Only. You can't say that you're going to do the activism.
And buffet in Christian.
And buffet in Christian.
Can I tell you something? Fahamu is not offering what she's saying. Fahamu is actually opening the platform to see
you can't
more.
say that you're
That's
going
why
to
now
select
we are
now.
saying about activism. It's not only on streets.
The point
So
is,
it's about exposure.
look, I don't care who inspires me. I don't care it's Obama. I don't care it's Desmond. The point is, if you have a platform like today, I become a minister or an MP, it's a better platform for me to continue fighting. Yeah, I should continue fighting for my ideals.
You're not afraid that history is working against you, because every person who started out in the struggle and has made it in power, one way or another, they have lost their.
You know, Tipape has put it very clear that activism, there are so many ways you can do activism. It's not the street thing. The fact that I am in parliament and I can fight for laws which are pro my ideology, that itself is activism still. So for me, I don't need to be on the street always to be defined as an activist. You see, if you are a president like Bingu Mdharika, he believed in sovereignty for all. He came up with those policies. He is using that platform.
You are very right. You are very right.
Can
I tell you something? This is my opinion, Chris.
Hey, no, let's hear him out.
This is my opinion. I really want to say it. It's my opinion. Oh man. I want to say this while you guys should listen. Listen.
Actually,
Listen before you go to Fahamu.
Why are you in
Fahamu? Okay, I'm saying
the growth.
the problem is conflict of interest. The problem is conflict of interest. For me, it's my opinion, maybe to look political, but even activism is more political. For me, why Raila never being the president of Kenya, and he will never be, is because it's mixing politics with activism. Seriously.
So you have been mixed. So you cannot mix politics and activism in Kenya. That's the main problem.
So the people, by the way, one of the successful strategies.
So political.
Yeah,
So political. There's only one difference in between institutionalized politics, like in terms of somebody being elected, going to a ministry and stuff. But if activism is not political, what is it then? Playing around? Of course it's political.
But you know, Chris, you see, this guy is not necessarily on the same page as you.
I don't care, but
he's saying
something that
political,
I agree
but not necessarily institutionalized politics.
It may be institutional, it may be not. Depends on how you want to engage on it. Because I have given you an example. Bingu wa Mzarika believed in food security for all, food sovereignty for all. He became the president. He implemented policies that he believes in. The ideology of food for all. He came up with those policies. If I'm a socialist, I am going like Mwandaviro Mganga. Mwandaviro went to parliament and every contribution he was making was towards realizing a socialist state. You see, and even now his party is socialist.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah, so for me,
do you think when you'll be the MP and you continue talking about land issues, do you think you'll always be there?
Now that is the challenge.
Will you always be there? Will you always be there?
You have to stand. Look, if you go and turn to be a different person, you are finished. That's why Raila is finished, because Raila ni mtu wa kutetea watu, si ndio? So when ngoja nimalize. Then alafu akienda pale anataka mara atetee, mara kae kule kwa wale wengine. Then you get lost.
Honestly speaking, me all think the likes of Raila and Orengo, they started out as activists, then they got into power, then they started pursuing their own interest in the name of activism.
Yeah, but
I can say something about Raila. Raila, the reason why he failed his elections was because yeye ni mkono birika. He doesn't give out handouts.
That's the main problem.
Just a minute. Leave alone the issues of rigged. Rigging was there, but in Kenyan politics are dirty. We have to give out what? Money. And this guy was in a position to give out money and he refused to give out money. That's why he failed.
Okay, sir. One last thing. Let me throw a spanner in this one. Let me throw a spanner in this one. How much can we be ethical in our activism? Like, we've just learned that these guys have refused funding for this conference from what gold company? Yeah. Because out of that place where they're saying, you know what, these people have a tainted character. So yeah. At what level do you say, you know what, I can engage the system to this place? At this point, I don't want to be involved with them because
you cannot sleep with your enemy and win that war.
Since tumeanza kuongea mambo ya Raila, you remember when Raila joined the Moi government, you as kuwa fronted as the main man during the 2002 elections.
My friend.
Yeah? What do you guys think about such scenarios?
Nafikiria Naini demonstrated exactly what we should do. When they took the governor of the Kotini, akakuwa offered na 10 million na akakata, ingekuwa ni
uliachaje 10 million?
You see, people think that money can buy everything.
But that can buy a lot.
Yeah, but money cannot buy everything. Seriously. So if you think that money can buy dignity, then it will be very bad.
Exactly.
So I don't think if money is not clean, seriously. Actually, money is a mean of doing something, but it's not everything. For me. That's why I refuse. That's why I refuse, even if it was $1 billion. To me, my dignity or something I was fighting for is not worth the money.
Ujasikia watu wakireason nitachukua hizi pesa nizitumie kufanya activism.
10 million.
You cannot sleep with your enemy and win that war against your enemy.
You guys, I think there's a different reason why Naini refused that money. Naini didn't refuse that money because about 10 million akakata.
Because there was a better offer.
I'm not only that. Maybe people take that money. Maybe there's somebody will be after me and shoot.
So again, he was looking out for himself.
No. She's putting actually what's on my mouth. No. Yes. I had many reasons of not taking the money. One, you see, for me, there was that something, there was that motivation. You know, I've always been fighting for this activism. So I wanted to prove a point. See, I wanted to prove a point that it's not a must that my interests come first, because everybody has an interest here. See, I want also to have a house, I want to have a car, but you should know that my interest should always come last. To me. See? To me.
Let me throw another span. No, this is something that no one seems to ever address. We are like socialists, activists, we are poor, but we are loving it. Is it unethical for someone in the movement and struggle to be rich?
It's not.
You remember the story of the guy who started the movement about
who is
drugs
the minister of poverty? What is the minister of poverty?
Is Mwalimu a rich man?
Okay, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? It's not bad, and actually I'm encouraging all of us. You know, actually through this lesson or we go through. Okay, I'm talking. Through the training that we go through, actually kuna ile training ya kujipanga ama investment or something. So I personally, I'm an accountant by profession.
Yes.
So sometimes I do this job part time. Unaitwa job, unafanya like reporting, and then you paid something. Then you have to invest. You cannot say because I'm an activist.
You want to invest? I thought you are anti-capitalism.
No, it's not about that.
Scientific socialism.
You cannot say that.
Really? So you're anti the move, you're anti the system but pro the system.
We need a portfolio life. I want to see you do as a socialist, also as a professional guy, a businessman. Seriously, you can play with your time.
Yeah.
So you cannot say we will stop like doing our own life things because I'm an activist. Yeah, you have also needs as other human beings.
Angeline, let's hear something from you.
Let me say something.
Let's hear something from Angeline first. Okay.
Okay, you've asked the question. Is it
unethical for an activist to be rich?
Okay, to me, I think when you talk about socialism, what is the meaning of that? So yes, everything, and it's like everybody should be equal. And we are talking about Article 43. Every person should be having food, good housing. I don't know why should I have more when others are. They don't have.
Not necessarily socialism, but yeah.
It's somehow in activism.
Yeah, it is in activism.
Kama nasema I'm fighting for people's rights. Mbona kwangu niko na food na dunia mzima ya mahindi na my neighbor is sleeping.
Because you want to
It's not because there's that mini average but not being rich. Yani uko na at least yenye unakula and somebody is having.
Sababu nyingine you want to invest it as
No, and that's what I've said. Siwezi put a full sack of maize in my house and maybe Papa is sleeping, is going without food. I can't do that.
It's only the poor, I mean, defined by who? That are progressive in activism. I don't think that is the case. You might have poor people as defined by those parameters who are not progressive in activism. They are more oppressive. They don't have the thinking about they need to uplift their fellow poor people. So being poor doesn't qualify you to be the best activist. To do any hustle and
they haven't said that being poor completely. Nimesema it's just being average, having food in your house. And then nimesema I can't keep a full sack of food in my house. Well, kuna mwingine analala without food. Ndio nikasema if I have enough for myself, na pia inazidi, why should I keep it? Afadhali I give out to a different person, at least mimi huyu asilale njaa while I'm eating at niko na leo na kesho na kesho. No.
Kama lala
mchana bila kujua, I'll really feel nenda muongezea number.
Let me also draw a question because you have only been drawing question.
Yeah.
Socialism. You know, when we came today in the morning, tukiwa na kina Kwamboko. You know this guy wa tuk alituambia hii ujamaa thing, the socialism in Tanzania imefanya Tanzania ifail. So seriously, in terms of economically, you see Tanzania is, you cannot own anything. So people are like lazy. So
we are surrounded by Tanzanians all around.
Okay, I'm just trying to say the truth. But do we think that the issue of socialism, Ujamaa, the Azimio la Arusha, and all those things, do you think it was successful? I'm just throwing a question.
Okay, if you have to define it based on capitalist parameter, it wasn't successful. But if you look at like what the guy was saying about social parameters, other social parameters, I think it was the best model because it brought in a lot of other social indicators like cohesion, dignity, I mean reducing the social differences. For me, I feel it was successful in those parameters. In terms of a capitalist or economic perspective, it didn't provide what you'd call development in the basis that you have more rich people, you have more development, progress and such. But social parameters is the most effective parameter. I mean, modest. Because people are more united in Tanzania, they respect each other, and they have that kind of unity. Because it went beyond just the economic development. Yeah, defined by the West. Or actually, world.